And reaching the top of our list, number 10 movies for us in 2019.
Yes.
And the number 1 is... We are the Fluffies.
I'm Eric.
I'm Christian. This is...
Fluffies
Channel. Why this 10? 10 because the top 10 Christmas movies of 2019. We did one like this 2019, about 2018. So this one is for
2019.
Actually supposed to do this beginning of 2020, but 2020 started so odd, so many things happening, and then you know what happened later.
Yeah.
So it was hard to be in the mood to do this since the 2020 season started. So let's do now. So it might motivate you to watch all the Christmas movies and be inspired to watch something, because this is a new tradition for the Fluffies since 2018. We start watching these Christmas movies, start having fun, and start watching more.
Yeah, get our mind off
let's
things.
do a Fluffies Christmas award. And so these are top 10 films for 2019. We watched 100 movies.
We watched 102 movies.
I know, insane.
Yeah.
So since October till early January, saw several movies at some point. Oh my God, more. But we know it can be cheesy. Some people don't like it, but it's very uplifting, very
relaxing.
It's fun. You don't think about it. Don't worry. Just have fun. And now, after so crazy 2020, having a movie like that can be good, because they'll be depressed at what's going on in the world and everything's happening. Just watch a movie might feel a bit better. So there's some reason for that.
Yeah.
And we made 2 lists originally. Originally made one list with all the movies together, and then realized that it's not fair, so we separated the list. So one list is for the movies made in 2019, and the other...
Any movies that were before 2019, so pre-2019.
That you haven't seen, you watched among them. So every movie, after every movie, we graded the movie based on what we like or didn't like, and we scored them in a list. It was hard, 102 names.
Oh yeah, very hard.
So many titles. But something particular about what we do is, after watching so many, especially the first time, we realize there are many points in common. So it's try to make this list where try to figure out
a checklist.
Yes. So for example, every movie, most of them have Nutcracker statue at some point. Usually a statue in the middle of, I think it's the same, because they hire the same statues to do that. So every time, here goes the statue again. It's funny. And then more Christmas elements, like almost every movie they have
ice skating.
They're gonna buy a Christmas tree and
or
then
decorate the Christmas tree.
Then they go to a Christmas lighting ceremony, and then there'll be a baking contest.
Yeah,
there'll be a baking.
Almost always a baking contest.
And there'll be a contest. They usually the main character wins, or the daughter, or most usually the daughter.
Yeah, usually it's the main character.
Yes, and other interesting, not Christmas. This kind of movies usually is most of the time a woman working in a big company in a big city, and so workaholic and ambition, and then the boss say they have a promotion, but there's something happened. She has to go back to her hometown
or some small town outside of the big city,
and then the person gonna find love, and so many things happen. So to make fun for us, we kept pointing these coincidences. It's very funny.
Yeah.
The amount, some movies, like, oh my God, almost everything.
So as soon as we saw, for example, the Nutcracker, we're like, oh, look, the Nutcracker, or ice skating, like a tick, or...
Yeah, it's almost surprising, have nothing, almost nothing. It's like, oh my God, there's almost nothing to tick, which is odd.
Yeah. Another very common theme was the fact that the main character was either single or widowed.
One of them.
Yeah. One of them was widowed with children.
We don't know why they killed the mother or the father. Usually the mother. It's funny that too, because, couldn't they separate for a change? No, they had to kill. So they have to suffer.
Some kind of a sad story. So you feel for the person.
Oh, they have. It's funny. There's no villain usually. Everybody's nice. It's just coincidence things. There was an ex-boyfriend they start with. They're usually annoying, arrogant, and then when they break up with the boyfriend, or the fiancé, everything's fine. They take everything easily. So, was that easy? Why? It's so funny.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's fine. So you're going to start the countdown with number 10, which is
Same Time Next Christmas.
Yes, it was a movie on ABC. It wasn't usually
Hallmark
on Netflix. So that was funny.
So basically, sparks fly between a couple. They had met many, many years ago on a family Christmas to Hawaii. So they once again return to Hawaii and they bump into each other and sparks fly.
Yes. Fun, interesting. I didn't like as much as him. The interesting more for me is that it was not really a Christmas elements like the list you made.
Like with snow and ice skating.
No, it was very
Hawaiian. So it's very sunny.
Summer and beach and things. So it was interesting to see how they're going to do in another environment. That was, I think, was the interesting thing. So after all the 100 movies, the movies you saw, that was a bit, that's different than the others. That's why I gave a higher mark and it becoming our number 10. Now is a Christmas movie number 9.
So number 9 was The Night Before Christmas.
Yes.
It was interesting because it had a 14th century element to it.
Yes.
One of the characters was a knight from the 14th century who is transported to modern day Ohio. And he falls in love with a high school teacher.
And things happen.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was entertaining. Again, we mentioned they're very similar. Many movies are very similar, but there's some elements sometimes make movie better or worse. It had some that really sucks, like, this is boring. We don't care about the main couple. We don't care about the story.
It's really bad when you don't care what happens to the main couple.
Even if the stories are, in a way, they're similar. It happens. This one was a bit different because the night he transported to the future, back to the future, and everything that happened, it was cool, it was fun. It's something to watch. Cool. That's why it ended up being our top 10 movies. Number 9.
Number 9.
And the movie number 8 of 2019 for the Fluffies
was The Two Turtle Doves.
Yes.
It was a very interesting movie. One thing that really was interesting was the fact that it got a lot of our checklist. So it's a story about a woman who returns home to find a family heirloom and meets a father who's very disillusioned with Christmas and his daughter. And together they rediscover the magic of Christmas.
Yes, they use all the elements you mentioned, the Christmas lighting, buying the trees. But what's cool about this thing related to the past, to the memories.
And it's a search. So who doesn't love a movie where there's a search for something?
Yeah, the cast is nice. Also, was on the most awaited movie by Hallmark last year. So it was really paid off. They really did a cool movie. It was fun. I had a good time.
Yeah, and like we said, it hit a lot of our checklist.
Ooh, number 7, the Fluffies Channel list of Christmas movies in 2019.
Yes, it's
number 7,
The Christmas Club.
That
The interesting thing about this is because of the title, we were expecting to see a lot of our checklist, but in fact, there wasn't that many. It's a story about two busy strangers who help an elderly woman find her Christmas savings that has disappeared.
Yeah, so we're surprised you didn't see as many elements that you mentioned earlier. And it was entertaining again. We kept rooting for the couple, what's going to happen. So it was fun.
It was really entertaining.
Yes, so like I said, it's all about entertaining and make you feel warm and your heart feels happy of Christmas.
You know, it's a good movie when that happens.
And now is number 6.
Christmas Town.
Yes, a symbol of Christmas apparently on Hallmark is Candace
Cameron Bure.
Yes, if you don't know her, Full House. So she produced many movies. She starred most of them. And she starred this one. It was an interesting story.
Yeah, it's about a doctor who, unforeseen detour through Grendon Falls, she discovers love and family, and it helps her to return the magic of Christmas to her.
She was moving to another city she went by train, and the train broke down, and she had to get off in this other city, Christmas Town. where things happen.
Yeah, Grandin Falls.
So it was cool. There's a mystery going on, and there's some twist a bit in the end.
Yeah.
And she's always fun and entertaining to watch. So it was a very cool movie. It was like, oh, it was nice.
Yeah, always great to see her in one of these movies.
Yes. And now number 5,
which is called Christmas in Rome.
Hallmark now likes every year make a movie based in one specific city. Last year was Rome.
Yes.
2020, the city chosen is
Vienna.
We love Vienna.
We love Rome also.
Yes. So, like expected, it's very about tourists, about Rome and showing around and doing things. So it was cool. Tell the story, Fluffy.
So basically, an American living in Rome, her job is to take English speakers around the city, get them acquainted with Rome. And so she meets this man who is there for business, and she helps him to learn more about the Italian culture. And it was just a beautiful movie.
It's fun, light. There's some cooking there, of course, Italy. And then it was fun, different settings, not the usual.
It's not the typical Christmas movie.
Oh, detail. Most of these movies are shot here in Canada. But
they say it's America.
Yes. Sometimes here in Ontario, many times is in the British Columbia. There's some in Manitoba, Winnipeg area.
And a few were in Quebec.
A few, very little. So it's funny, they show images of supposed to be Vancouver or something there, but it's here.
Yeah.
I mean, supposed to be Seattle or everything, but it's actually all here. So, but this one was wrong. Wasn't here at all.
Yeah. This was totally done in Rome.
Now, number 4, getting close to the top.
Yes, and this one's called A Cheerful Christmas.
Remember I mentioned about films made in Canada? That is one.
This takes place in Ottawa, but they don't say it's Ottawa.
No, it's not. You know, could even show the ice skating.
Yeah, on the Rideau Canal.
Rideau Canal, everything, but they don't say it's Ottawa.
Not at all.
Secret. So
basically, this is a story about a woman who she, along with her best friend, they have a dream job. It's a event planning business, and so she's hired by this family to have a giant party.
This rich family. But she's very bubbly, very cool,
and they're very
funny.
Kind of cold and
the rich
aloof.
Family.
Yes,
they're very snobbish, and everything happens there. And that was the fun thing, because I think the girl, the main character, she was different than usual.
Yeah,
because she was more
effervescent, very bubbly,
very. Usually, the girls, the women, they're very just ambition, very nice hair, very good looking. She was more
down home.
Yeah, so that was the interesting aspect. You're like, oh, she's different. And she was fun.
Yeah,
and the story was cool, and seeing Ottawa was nice too. So it really got us.
Yeah, very beautiful story.
Now it's Haram, number 3, Trace.
Yes, The Plan for Christmas.
Yes, actually, it was the first movie we saw last year. It was for a while. It was in the top, our first one movie for a while until the other two topped it. But tell us about.
So basically, it's a story about a woman. She is an event planner, and she hires a nanny agency to send someone to take care of her niece. And
see, again, there's always the
interesting thing. Instead of a female nanny, they send a male nanny. So a manny.
Yes.
And so he's the perfect nanny for her niece.
And something happened there, we can tell you. The interesting, she was very, she always about making lists for everything. There was lists, always planning.
She was very planned and organized, and he was total opposite.
So it was interesting. It was very warm movie. There was this interesting twist that you figured out after a while, but then it's cool. It was really fun to watch. So it was very cool first movie. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I have a trailer for this one.
Yeah.
You said you were a closer. Now it's time to prove it.
Ali Liebert stars as an event planner.
You need a nanny, full-time.
There's no way I can find one this close to Christmas.
Who begins to learn
I hope it's okay. Finley wanted to build a house.
that life doesn't always go according to plan.
Too much planning kept me from living in the moment.
Some moments are not to be missed.
The Plan for Christmas.
Yes, number 2. The
We're
second
almost
movie
there.
for us in 2019 for Christmas.
Yeah, so we're almost there. So this one is called A Holiday Date.
Yes, date.
Yes.
Before we go further, trailer.
Joel,
Brooke.
he's an actor.
He could be the boyfriend you're bringing home for the holidays.
It's all an act
We might actually get away with this.
until it isn't.
You have a really pretty smile.
Brittany Bristow and Matt Cohen star.
Everything about Whispering Pines is magical.
Talk about a Christmas to remember.
Holiday
That was the trailer. As you see, there's a different situation because this movie is not just about Christmas. They mention Hanukkah.
Yes.
He, as a Jewish, was happy. Also, it was nice to see something else. They're trying to explain how Hanukkah is, and it was cool to show like tolerance and diversity because they explain Hanukkah. The family start to learn with the guy about Hanukkah, the difference from Christmas. He didn't know Christmas because he was Jewish. So it was cool to see this different situation than the other movies he's seen. It was really
beautiful.
Yeah, it was cool learning that too, even for me.
Yeah.
So I like the fact they try something else, not just Christmas, the only absolute holiday. They're holiday for other people too.
True.
And reaching the top of our list, number 10 movies for us in 2019.
Yes.
And the number 1 is
Christmas Jar.
Taylor, play it.
Someone left this at my door. Christmas jar. Maybe one of the neighbors dropped it.
The first person you ask is going to take it from you.
I think people are better than that.
I don't know what world you live in, but I can assure you they're not.
Where do you think this idea came from?
I don't know. That's what I want to figure out and write about. I felt like I belonged somewhere again.
Everybody likes a good love story.
So that was a trailer. The interesting about this movie, first of all, it's not a Hallmark movie.
No.
It was an accident. We found it. We were checking TV guide things. Oh, this is Christmas movie showing this other channel. And then we recorded and we watched it. It was so surprising.
And it was by far the best.
We're so surprised. It's so touching and very... This one, there's not much the thing. There's lies. There's a death. There's some nice people. I like the fact it showed more, let's say, more real.
It was more realistic, and it was just a really warm movie.
Yes, so it's really recommended. It's based on a book, and it was on the movie theaters. Just later I found out it was movie theaters here for a bit. So it was a very cool story, different than the others, and
very beautiful.
And this aspect of being a bit different than the usual. That was what got us. So when you saw that, oh, that's number 1. That's hard to beat that one.
Yeah, very hard not to.
Oh, look, he's here with us. Like I mentioned, we have 2 lists. One that became 2. The movies from 2019 and the movies from before 2019, but you saw last year. If you want to find out which one you chose the number 1 from the past, go to our Instagram account page,
the Fluffies
Channel. You're going to see a video there where we talk about that one. So go there, please. Follow us there too, please. Yeah, please. And so it's a cool experience. You're going to now, you're clear to start watching. You don't want to start watching 2020, start mixing the movies. So let's clean. Now we're going to 0. I'm going to go to 0, start fresh. And I'm going to start watching the movies from 2020. Don't forget to subscribe, to like our video, follow our Instagram, Twitter, and everything. Facebook. And hope to see you next year for new top 10 Christmas movies for the Fluffies.
And most importantly, stay fluffy!
Yay!